Cambodia's Minister of Mines and Energy, Rottanak, joins us now exclusively. Minister, thank you so much for your time today, and I do want to pick up on some of those themes that Ava was discussing. The Strait of Hormuz is pretty much closed. Cambodia is still to a large degree dependent on imported energy. Now, you do have a 30-day strategic reserve, but is there any reason to feel nervous at the moment as Minister for Energy?
Thank you, Mr. Allen, for having me. The disruption at the Strait of Hormuz has been the largest in the global oil supply disruption, and as per the IEA indication. Cambodia is not immune to this, just like the rest of the world, because 84% of the oil and gas from that part of the world is destined for Asia. We have had direct impact, and therefore we have been calling on the consumer to use the oil and the gas product more responsibly. Having said that, they are able to manage the shock in a way that is transparent and orderly, so that, yes, there has been a rise in petrol price by more than 30%, diesel by more than 60%, but in terms of supply continuation, we are able to manage it so far. So far, so good, although we are calling on the public to make sure that they can use it more efficiently and more responsibly.
How much time do you have on your side before so far, so good becomes a problem?
We are slightly less than 30 days because we don't have oil refinery, we don't have crude stockpiling in the country, although we are working hard to have one in the near future. Basically, we are about 3 weeks, but the good thing is that we are able to diversify our sources of import, and that the sources of import are still continuing to provide Cambodia with the regular replenishment of the stock. So that is what we are trying to do. At the same time, we are trying to make sure that the public does not go to panic mode. So far, so good in the sense that the public are able to get the gas and the fuel they need, but without having to really go for a panic mode by doing illegal stockpiling or the price going crazy without a proper system in place.
Retail petrol prices in Phnom Penh have been rising, though, I believe up about 70% over the past 3 weeks. So at what point do you need to move from, just monitoring to potentially active intervention or even offering subsidies?
Basically, the petrol prices has risen by more than 30%, diesel at more than 60%. We have a pricing system that is open, transparent, and predictable, that is linked with the movement of the oil and gas prices from the outside. But we also have a cushion in that formula. And that cushion allows the government to manage the shock from outside like this so that it does not go 100% to the consumer. So through that open market pricing linked mechanism and formula published, we are able to take some shock in terms of the government support. But at the same time, we have to recognize that we cannot really absorb that price shock 100%. No country can do it in the world. Just Cambodia is the same. So we try to have a system that allows some shock to be absorbed by the government, but also some to be shared by the consumers. So this has been in practice for quite a while, and it's done in a way that is transparent to the public, so that no importer or industry partner can really exploit the situation by going for profiteering.
Do you imagine you will need any policies to support cost of living pressures for the public?
We are. One is starting with energy. The good thing is that Cambodia is already at more than 63% clean energy. If you look at the Cambodian grid today, we are more than 63% clean energy based. So, and situation like this highlight the importance that Cambodia has been right all along, that our energy transition has to be going forward, and our target is to have at least 70% clean energy by 2030, which is not far from now. So when we have this kind of shock, the energy system of Cambodia is still evolving around depending on electricity as the bulk of the shock absorber. We have been able to electrify a little bit already for the transport sector. We have been doing quite well with the manufacturing sector. Agriculture, we are moving into that as well. So this kind of shock can be absorbed by clean electrification. Now, on the oil supply side, the government is reviewing all the pricing formula with the view to making sure that we can absorb further price shock from the international price movement. So that even price going up more, we believe that we have a pretty decent cushion to make sure that our consumers can be protected.
You mentioned earlier that there is a plan recently announced for Cambodia's first oil refinery by 2029. Can you talk to us a little more about the significance of that? And does it just create a different kind of dependency? Because you still do need to import oil.
It would, but I would like to again highlight the three important components for our policy. One is that energy efficiency has been and will always be at the core of our energy security going forward. Secondly, we have to really improve our electricity further by going cleaner, at least 70% by 2030, but also move to a faster rate of electrification, transport, manufacturing, agriculture. So if we could do that, it would certainly lessen the dependency of the import of petroleum and gas products. Now, of course, our energy system, just like many of the systems in the world, we would not be able to disconnect entirely from oil and gas anytime soon. And therefore, we are working hard to have a refinery, because when we have refinery, we can do strategic stockpiling in terms of the crude oil. So far, stockpiling has been around petrol, gas, and diesel, which is not the best scenario. Aware of that, but we are working hard in negotiating with proposals from the United States, from China, from Japan, and others to look at the possibility of oil refinery. And we hope we will be able to do so in the next 4 or 5 years.
Well, we have actually seen a slump in oil imports into Cambodia, 7.8%, I believe, so far this year. Is that an indication that your energy efficiency and your clean energy transition plans are working, or is it an indicator of a slowing economy?
It is basically largely the success of the electricity sector. We have been able to reduce the electricity import. We used to import a lot from neighboring countries, but we have been able to reduce import, for example, from Thailand to zero, because we are able to do a lot more domestically. And we also successful to some part in terms of energy efficiency program. Yes, the slowing down of the economy also has a factor to play, but that does not mean that the electricity sector is not improving also. So if you look at manufacturing, it's still growing. That means that electricity is still providing to the manufacturing sector is a lot more in terms of quantity, but energy efficiency has been successful in curbing the energy intensity in manufacturing. But in terms of the electrification also, we are able to do more for EV. So we're rolling out a larger scale EV charging station across the country right now.
Is the argument for new coal-fired power plants in Cambodia effectively dead now? Can we say that there won't be any more?
Yes, Mr. Allen, Cambodia has put up a policy since the COP26 that we are not going to do any coal generation for the grid. And therefore, our target is to make sure we're going cleaner by 2030 by having the 63% plus right now to the 70% by 2030. So no coal going forward.
Just on the conflict on the Strait of Hormuz, I mean, Cambodia does have a stance of neutrality on this, but if energy prices continue to rise, if this conflict continues to drag on, do you feel you might need to align yourself with somebody, even if it is, for example, India that's managed to get 2 gas tankers through, or China as well, which is, well, apparently allowed to transit the strait? Are these relationships something that you would seek to leverage?
At this stage, it's a bit early for us, but we are looking at all options. Cambodia is calling for peace, international law. We understand the issue, the challenge at the Strait of Hormuz, but we are very much in talks and support our friends and allies. That include United States, Europe, China, and India alike, and ASEAN also. But currently, the point is that we are trying to do what we can to make sure that the flow of oil and gas from different sources will continue to be the case. And we basically see there's an enormous amount of goodwill on the part of many big players, talking about US, Europe, Japan, China, Korea, ASEAN in general. So we are seeing that kind of collaboration in the middle of this crisis. That's a good part.
Yeah, you mentioned ASEAN there. I mean, if this blockade does continue to drag on for longer than anybody wants it to, does Cambodia look to the ASEAN power grid, or are the member nations of ASEAN too focused on their own problems?
Yes, Mr. Allen, Cambodia has been at the forefront with some members of the ASEAN 11. We have been advocating for the ASEAN power grid because we believe that this would be the most efficient and effective way to help ASEAN decarbonize, improve blocked energy security, but also we believe that this would be the opportunity for unlocking multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar of investment by our friends and allies, because there's a huge amount of investment that can go into the subsea cable, for example, that link a nation together. We can see huge amount of upstream investment in good, clean energy like wind, solar, battery energy storage systems, and the like. And Cambodia will continue to spearhead this effort with Singapore, Malaysia, and other like-minded ASEAN partners. And we hoping that our meeting in Manila towards the end of the year will also give some additional breakthrough. And we're keeping our hope and our head very high for this.
All right, Minister, thank you so much for your time today. Rottanak is Cambodia's Minister of Mines and Energy.